What are the biggest mindset problems aspiring entrepreneurs have? Well, hi. First of all, my name's David, and I'm a digital marketing specialist at DMS.BLUE. Those just happen to be my initials, and they also kind of correspond with digital marketing specialist. And I dig the color blue, and it just seemed like a good fit. So you can look me up at DMS.BLUE. So what are the biggest mindset problems aspiring entrepreneurs have? I have to say that as someone who has advised probably several hundred entrepreneurs and small business owners and startup founders, over these 20 years or so, working for them, freelancing for them, working for them through agencies, as a mentor for government agencies and nonprofits. The biggest problems that I have, the biggest mindset problems, I should say, aspiring entrepreneurs have, to stick to the question at hand, it has to be this desire for immediate gratification, that they want answers and solutions immediately. And it may be that they simply aren't budgeted for long-term development. They're not equipped for the fact that a business reaching profitability can take 5 years or longer. So they want immediate gratification, but then the other part of that equation that makes it difficult, to say the least, is a desire to do everything themselves. There's a very, very well-known strategy, I should say, or approach in marketing, and I don't disagree with it, but it's called the Sandler funnel, or it may have other names or other nicknames associated with it. But it basically is for marketers to say, here are the questions that you should really ask potential clients to help them understand where you're coming from, your perspective, what you're trying to do for them. And the questions are basically what we as marketers already know. So, what have you already done? What are your goals? What hasn't worked for you? Why do you think that is? From a marketer's perspective, we already know the problem is always the same. For the small business owner, for the startup founder, for the entrepreneur, the problem is the same. You want more customers. You may want a different type of customer. You may have other problems in conjunction with not getting enough customers, or there may be specifics to that, like needing to sell a property or sell a business, or needing a partner or something like that. But needing more customers is almost always part of that equation, or it's a part of that somehow. So it's almost always a need for immediate gratification. We need something immediately, and we want to do it all ourselves. So tell us how we can do it for free. Then what typically happens is, when you're not getting the results that you wanted, and the answer is obvious why, because you're not working with trained, experienced professionals, you're not getting the results that you want. So, and I mean, I could sit here and give you a million examples of that in action. I had a lawyer call me once, and I really felt for her. I wanted to help her. Here she was, right out of law school with a lot of student debt, trying to get new clients for her business, which is, practicing law. She has a free do-it-yourselfer website, so it doesn't really have what it needs to rank high in Google search. It doesn't look like a major law firm website, so it doesn't have the professionalism that it needs. It's not plugged into social media, content marketing, or SEO like she needs, but you can't tell her that. And I tried to tell her that, and at that particular time I happened to be tired. And so I just said, hey, ask me whatever questions you want. I promise to be as honest with you as I possibly can. And I hope that's helpful. And of course, it wasn't helpful. After 20 minutes, she told me she was completely overwhelmed, didn't know what to do, and was just going to stay with what she had, even though it wasn't working for her. And she was losing thousands of dollars per month in lost referrals. So what do you do? The biggest mindset problems aspiring entrepreneurs have: I need immediate gratification, and I need to do everything myself. So how do you deal with that? Well, from the perspective of the marketer, the digital marketer, all you can do is just say, hey, talk to me about your problems. I'm here to listen within reason, and I can help you. Do you want help? If the answer is no, then you say, God bless you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I wish you well on your journey. And you go on to the next person, because the law of averages is that you're going to have to talk to 100 people to get one or two who are willing to set aside those two mindset problems or obstacles, and say, okay, yes, I'm willing to invest 3,000 to make back 30,000. To most experienced business owners, that seems like a great deal. Would you spend 3,000 to make 30,000, even though it's going to take several months to make that? And it's going to be done gradually. And that's the thing, it's not immediate gratification, and it's not doing it all yourself. So what do you do with that? Try to help if you can. Make a determination within a relatively short period of time to see if that person is receptive to the help or not. In most cases, they won't be, and you have to move on to the next one. So you just offer to be available whenever they decide that it's basically a painful enough situation that now we're finally ready to ask for help. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, but you see that in almost every type of entrepreneur, every type of business, every type of startup, where they're struggling, but they have to reach this point. And there's usually, statistically, that's 5 years, where they're at that point where they're about to go under or declare bankruptcy. And now we're finally, or we've grown a little bit, we can't grow beyond a certain threshold. So now we're ready to get professional help. We've made enough money. Spending 3,000 to make 30,000 is perfectly reasonable, and it's very doable. Whereas typically the business that is below that 5-year threshold can't do that. They don't want to do that, and they need to grow a little bit more. So what are the biggest mindset problems aspiring entrepreneurs have? Those are my answers to that. And wish it wasn't like that, but what can you do? It is what it is. And I think that it's important to be aware of that. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, know that those are the two biggest problems you're likely to face or are facing. And you really, just have to struggle through it, and you're either going to go under or you're going to make it. And then typically at that 5-year mark, you're ready to ask for help, hire professionals, and bring them on board so that you can go beyond that current threshold. Very, very seldom is a business below the 5-year mark receptive to help or working with outside service providers or contractors. I've never seen it. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. And if you out there in webland would like help with digital marketing, or you have other business management related questions, feel free to reach me at DMS.BLUE. Or if you like phone calls, you can call me at 424-DAVID-01. Obviously, I'm probably not going to pick up immediately since this is on YouTube and Quora and other social media outlets. So you leave a detailed message and I'll get back to you and try to help if I can. So thank you. Have a great day.